Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got a chewing gum in. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to tell you about a terrible incident that I had. Now yesterday, it's Monday today, so Sunday evening I decided that I was going to dye my hair. Now I decided this a while ago because I went and bought the dye. Now some of you may know, if you follow me on Instagram and stuff, that I did dye my hair like a grey kind of colour, like on whatever, all over, but it was a non-permanent one. So I dyed my hair and it looked really nice and I really liked it, but it only lasted like a week and I really liked it and I wanted it to stay, so I went and bought a permanent silver hair colour. Little did I know that the non-permanent one is just a toner and not a dye. So I've gone and bought this permanent silver hair colour and I wasn't feeling that great yesterday, so Mum was like, oh, should we do your hair? And I was like, yeah, that might make me feel better, like if I, you know, zhuzh myself up a bit. Anyway, we did my hair. I filmed a video of me doing my hair, the process of what it was going to look like afterwards. Finished, and it was awful, like really awful. I mean, the ends took and they were okay, but what it had done was it had bleached and lifted the colour out of my roots. Now my roots are quite, I've got red in my hair, so I am kind of like gingery, but quite brown at the moment because I haven't really been in the sun a lot, so my hair goes a lot redder when I'm in the sun more. So recently it hasn't been like that sunny, so my hair's still quite brown. Well, it was until I dyed my hair silver, and once I dried my hair I realised that my roots had gone ginger, like fully ginger. And there's nothing wrong with being ginger, I'm ginger myself, but it had gone to the colour like a really light ginger. I can't even explain it, and I don't have any pictures or anything because it was just a horrible experience, but it had gone just this horrible orangey, light orangey ginger colour on my roots, and I just cried. I cried and I cried and thought, crap, what am I gonna do? I'm not going to work looking like this because I looked ridiculous. It was where it's, I think, because if you see, I'm covered in freckles, right? Now, the colour of my hair was like the colour of my freckles, so it was really light. So it didn't look, well, other people didn't think it looked totally ridiculous, but I did, because my hair is not naturally that colour. My eyebrows are brown, they're not ginger, so it looked stupid and I felt stupid. I looked pale and I was just like, I can't go to work looking like this, I need to fix this. Anyway, so yesterday I just stayed in bed from like 5 o'clock. I just stayed in bed and didn't move, and I was like, I need to figure out what to do. Stayed in bed, cried a bit, watched some films, got up this morning. Mum texted me like, do you want a cup of tea? Bless her, she felt bad, it wasn't her fault. Like, it was me who wanted to do it, and I bought the wrong dye. Well, I didn't buy the wrong dye, I just didn't understand what I had to do with it, basically. I thought it was going to do the same as the toner, and it totally didn't. So Mum came up and was like, right, my mission this morning is to fix this. And I was like, right, okay. So she'd text my hairdresser and she'd messaged other people and asked for advice, basically. I called my neighbour who is a hairdresser. I messaged one of my friends from school who was a hairdresser, and I was like, what do I do? Anyway, the other thing is, it was bank holiday Monday today, so nowhere was open. No salons were open or anything like that. So my brother's girlfriend then came in and she was like, all right, what can we do? Her mum's a hairdresser, so she tried to get hold of her mum didn't answer, and she was like, well, what about place in town. Let me get the name actually. Hair Lab. She was like, what about Hair Lab in town? It's next to the Body Shop. So I was like, oh, I'll give them a call, because they are in Festival Place. Technically they have to be open on a bank holiday. So I called them and the woman answered. First thing I said was totally stupid. I was like, hi, are you guys open today? And then in my head I was like, of course they're open. She's just answered the phone. Stupidest question. Anyway, I called her and she was like, okay, like, what can we help you with? And I was like, basically I've had a massive disaster and I need someone to fix this by tomorrow. And she was like, oh, I don't know, like, I don't know what we can do. I can't, like, tell you over the phone. Like, I'd need to see it, because if it's a big project, basically, we're not going to be able to fit you in today. But if it's something simple, then we might be able to fit you in today. So she was like, right, can you come in 15 minutes? Bearing in mind, it takes me 15 minutes to get there, and I was still in my pyjamas. Stupidly, I went, yeah, be there in 15 minutes. Stupid idea. Anyway, Mum had gone up Sainsbury's, so I called Mum. I was like, Mum, I'm coming to pick you up. I went and picked Mum up, and then we drove to town. I went in, I had my consultation with this man who was so nice. He was so, I didn't get his name actually, but he was brilliant, and he was like, okay, we'll fix it, don't worry. I was like, okay, so when can you fit me in? He was like, well, when do you want to come in? I was like, today. I need to fix this before I go back to work tomorrow. And he was like, okay, come over, we'll sort it out. Anyway, gave me an appointment at 1:30. Bearing in mind I went in at 12 o'clock or something. They gave me an appointment at 1:30, which was amazing. And I was in town anyway, so we just kind of went and got a coffee and some lunch and stuff. And then we came back and Danielle did my hair. And she was absolutely amazing. And I told her what had happened, and she was like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do your roots. So she dyed my roots a nice brown, but that had like the ashy tones to it, so it looked like my natural hair colour. And what she did is she did it on all of the roots, and then she sectioned it bit by bit, literally tiny chunks like this, bit by bit, and she went through and she dragged it down so that it wasn't just my roots that were dark. So she's dragged it down so that it all blends perfectly and looks just like it did before I dyed it. And I finished and it was amazing, and by the end of that I'm happy. I've got my hair back. But yesterday I was a mess and I was scared. I was like, I can't go into work looking like this because I look stupid, like it looks so silly on me. And now it's all fixed. But that was my terrible story. And basically, if you want to dye your hair, go to someone professional, because the amount of times I've dyed my hair and had to go and get it fixed by someone else, or I've had to get something done about whatever I've done, the amount of money I've spent is ridiculous. And just don't do it. Just don't do it. I mean, highlights are great. I've had highlights through my hair. They don't mess anything up. You keep me natural hair colour, a bit of highlights, whatever, but just don't try and dye it a ridiculous colour. Or if you do, go to the hairdressers, get them to bleach it first and then do it. They know what they're doing. There's a reason that they are qualified and we are not. Because bad things happen to people like me when you don't know what you're doing. And it happens. I'm not going to blame the hair company who I bought the dye off, because it was technically my fault. I mean, the rest of it was fine. It kind of went a bit grey. It is a little bit grey. But the roots, totally my bad. My hair wasn't bleached before I did it. So it's my own fault at the end of the day. So I had to spend money to fix it and to make me feel better. So there we go. That's my bad story of dyeing my hair. Please, kids, adults, anyone, just don't do it. Don't do it. I've learnt my lesson. I should have learnt my lesson when I used to dye my hair when I was like 15. I should have learnt my lesson then, but I didn't. But I've definitely learnt it now, and I'm not going to touch my hair again unless it's highlights. I hope you enjoyed this video and didn't laugh at me too much, because I'm stupid. We all make mistakes, don't we? I apologise for my face in this video because I look a bit of a state. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment a joke. I want a joke today. Comment some jokes down there. And I will see you again soon. Bye.